So in the last few months, 1 year or so, I'm sure internally within AirAsia, you guys also have a lot of challenges to go through. Personally, from your point of view, from the technology side, especially and product, what will be some of the challenges if you can share?
Well, you have collaborated with us in the past. When we were an airline, just migrating our tech from A to B, and you helped us set up some CI/CD pipelines. I hope some of them are. I don't hope they are there still, Henry, just to be clear. I hope they have evolved. We had a lot of systems and we migrated a lot of systems, but we were an airline. So before the pandemic, we started exploring this idea of becoming more than an airline. And it was different business, but they were some way disconnected. So we ended up creating a Frankenstein. You had probably 7 payment gateways integrated. When someone would approach you to say, I want to do a 10 ringgit off campaign for Visa, it would be, wow, 4 months delivery date, because you need to put everybody into agreement. So one of the technological opportunities that we have taken during the pandemic has been transforming the mindset to thinking on products to thinking on platforms. And I think that's the foundations of the super app. I'm not 100% sure what being a super app means, but I know that it's not sustainable if you don't think on building it as a platform and reusing tech pieces and customer journey pieces across your flows. I think we are on between alpha and beta of being a super app. I think you guys are going to see a lot of cool things happening in the next 3-4 months. You are going to see more native-like experiences in our paths, collaborations with external companies. We launched a mini app in our ecosystem last month with Naluri. That is another startup in Malaysia to give capability of tracking food journals. It was a very small use case, but it tallies very well with our health vertical. You are going to see things that are going to allow collaboration and going to make us believe more that we can call ourselves a super app. So we want to progress and increase the ecosystem. Another lessons learned is that we have a lot of valuable people in the company. I don't know if I would call it family, but I would call it pride or common pride at least. We went through very tough salary cuts and had impact, and we have attrition. But there is people that stayed and valued what we were doing and was excited about continue learning and the opportunities given. We have suffered quite a bit. We continue suffering a little bit in Malaysia. We are hoping to go back to normal and be able to fly. Everybody pushing together into the same direction and collaborating and doing cool stuff and having more platform thought. I think the main takeaways from these 13 months, or it's very hard to say, it's painful.
Thanks for sharing that. You mentioned you guys have to transform from different disparate systems that not talking to each other, different products, and becoming a platform. So in terms of technology leadership, what do you need to do in order to make this happen? Because there are so many things, so many technology legacies, so many people as well at the same time with not so well morale. So in terms of technical leadership, what did you do in order to push forward and make sure that this thing happens?
Before pandemic started, we had 2 kind of projects, the urgent and the important ones. Unfortunately, we needed to sack. So that was my division and that was my success recipe. I wanted to do the ones that were important, perfect, no discussions, needed to go live, be scalable, super fast, 130,000 concurrent users from the day one, everything, right? We needed all that. No failures allowed. But then we needed to migrate many more projects into the important, the urgent bucket to preserve cash. And an example was Unlimited. That was successful on cash side, but product and technology-wise, it was a disaster. The first weekend that we had it, we had to patch a lot of things. We had to manage a lot of the customer expectations because we took a Mickey Mouse product and we used it to do Unlimited. Now the last ones have been much better and it works pretty smoothly in Thailand. Indonesia is going on this week. Actually, we don't do it perfect yet, but we are on the path. I think we took 2 or 3 projects and we kept them in the important bucket. One was order management system, a digital order. Don't think on it as an e-commerce platform, but our order was captured in our airline reservation system till then. That was Navitaire. So when you would buy something, Navitaire will be the single source of truth to what you have purchased. So we needed to decouple from it. And it was convenient because it allows you to automate refunds, automate the discussions with the client. It's pretty convenient. But then you were having all these payment gateways, hosted ones, non-hosted, some of the guys using Stripe, using different various flavors of ADN, another one of our providers. So we tried to unify that. By 15th of April, we will only have 2 order management systems, one for flights and another one for the rest. That was key. And then having single sign-on capability that would allow us to track across the ecosystem anything and keep the customers logged on and recognize them and award them with points and keep their safeguards to perform payments in a seamless way was also very important. A third piece where 2.5 years ago, we had to take the decision of wrapping our website to the app. We used PWA, Angular. I wouldn't say that was the wrong decision, but because we were suffering of feature parity in our app. So we started undoing it. We started building flows that were either native or native-like, using React Native and reusability of the components across the platform. We did it for Snap. We did it for hotels. We will go live this month also with flights in that same condition for other airlines, not for our own flights. That will take a little bit of a while more. We integrated a React Native experience with Naluri from a third party that I think is what really defines Super App, which does the ability of others to collaborate in your ecosystem. So we give them SSO, we allow them SSO credentials. In the future, we will do then order management APIs, and anyone that wants to come to our ecosystem can. And we are using the same principle in order to build e-hailing. We are partnering with someone that has an application in React Native, and they will sync with our single sign-on. And in the future, we will integrate our payments. So everybody will benefit for all the features in payments in a single manner. All the payment methods, the safeguards, everything will be unified. So I think those are the 2-3 main characteristics. I think the one missing and that we are working on also is the chat capabilities. I think we grow a lot. So I think payment, sign-on, and chat are the characteristics that all the mini apps have. We want to add what WeChat does in a much smaller scale and control, but we want to be able to partner with startups that have cool ideas to give them also an ecosystem. As part of the community, we want to create a developer community around us. And those probably 4 angles are the ones that we have worked during the pandemic more to create a super app ecosystem.